It's week 3 of Major League Rugby 2020 as the New England Free Jacks arrive in San Diego for a cross-conference showdown. New England are one of 3 expansion teams this season, and there is nowhere to hide. They not only face an unbeaten Legion side who were finalists in 2019, but they're up against one of the greats in Ma'ananu. Hello and welcome to beautiful Torero Stadium. I'm Dallas Stanford, joined alongside by former Eagle flyer Brian Hightower. And Brian, we have a stacked Legion side up against the new kids on the block. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you talk about a steep learning curve from this team from New England. First year, they had a great week 1, but then injury bug has hit them hard. 3 international front rowers, their international fly half, and 2 of the most exciting backs in the league are all injured. So it's up to the young kids to come out and fire today. The likes of John Poland from Ireland. And I talked to Coach Josh Smith, and he said, look, we got a bunch of young kids. Why not give them some time today to sort it out? On the other side, San Diego. They have some of the best finishers in the league, but they're also so complete in the forwards. It's a tough task for this New England side. The team that got to the final and almost won it last year is probably better than they were just a few months ago.
Well, let's hear now from Stacey Pates, who joins us pitchside duty. She's with one of the new Legion Flyers, Luke Burton.
You have such a strong pedigree in terms of Super Rugby, but you have such great weapons around you. Talk about the team and the strength that surrounds you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, firstly, our pack, they're very solid. They've given us clean ball. And in the centres in our back 3, you can see with that clean ball, we like to throw the ball around, and so far we've been executing well.
To be undefeated, I know it's still early, but when a team comes in, you know you got to put your best foot forward, but also not have a letdown. How do you guys avoid that?
I feel like it's all about doing the basics and doing that consistently well. Like, we're just taking each week as it comes, and we just focus on that. I feel like in the end, the result takes care of itself.
It's going to be an exciting match here in San Diego. Make sure you stick and stay. We're going to have all the action. New England visiting the San Diego Legion. Back with more right after this.
Today's Major League Rugby match is brought to you by Paladin and by Rhino Rugby, the official ball and technical training equipment supplier of Major League Rugby. Visit rhinorugby.com today for all your rugby needs. Head coach Rob Hoadley has selected a massive forward pack with Buffalo, CC Mahoney and Josh Furno in the engine room. Dean Muir has been outstanding this year alongside Danger Man Joseph Veremalua and David Tamalau. JP Duplessis and Ma'a Nonu are the best centre pairing in the competition, and the team is captained by the brilliant Nate Orsberger.
Down on the New England side, the conditions for victory is a very narrow channel. It's going to start up front. It's got to stay a battle in the forwards, not to disparage their backs, but they do not want to get into a run-and-gun game today. Look for Simon Corcool to step up in the front row, and Donald Brighouse needs to have a massive game at tight head prop wearing the number 3.
Taking charge of this one is Luke Rogan from Australia, resides in New York City in the Big Apple. He'll be assisted by Austin Reed and Marquise Goodwin. We are ready to rumble here at Torero Stadium.
Beautiful.
San Diego Legion in red.
Cases on you.
On the right of your screen with Luke Burton, the number 10, kicking off from right to left. Welcome to week 3 as we close out Major League Rugby's weekend in 2020. It comes down to New England. First touch for them here in San Diego. They set a contact point inside the 22 and scrum off John Poland, the 22 from Cork Island. Shapes up to relieve pressure.
Stop in front, 3,
from his Slav, Guillermo.
Make sure you stop before. And yeah, but it wasn't when you started running up.
Kind of an inauspicious start for the Free Jacks down. It's an exit game. You want to be across the midfield stripe. And that one, maybe a little short, gives San Diego a good attacking platform inside their own 10-meter line.
Dean Muir, 31-year-old from Durban, South Africa. First line-out, goes to the top. Tall timber from Furno. Quick ball. Burton comes here to midfield. Good crash there from Sam Wuching. Recently married. As they keep it with Muir again, that loops around. West Coast, East Coast rivalry is renewed. First penalty of the game will go to the home side.
Number 5, roll.
Be interesting to see here the call, whether they go for points or for the corner. It looks like Burton is going to aim towards the near touch line here.
Josh, that was both of them then, yeah?
Good clearance and down to the 22-meter line, so things looking even better now for San Diego in their first possession.
Yeah, everyone with you, yeah? What's the call? Fellas, in and set and stop before you jump up, yeah? Perfect.
Referee Rogan giving the instruction at the line-out time. Muir, plenty of targets. This time it's Wuching. The ball drops down. Spits free to Orsberger. Wide ball to Ma'a Nonu. First touch for Nonu. Takes it up to the 22. Earlier infraction. So dangerous play from the New England Free Jacks.
Yeah.
You got to wait for the jumper to come down, even if he takes it as a tap from the top, which is exactly what happened there. Safety of the player paramount in the line out. When he's in the air, that's when he's in the most vulnerable. That draws the penalty. So
take a step for me.
San Diego confidently marching methodically down the field.
Again, it comes to Wuching. Tries to lay it back. It's turned over though. Waganabao, first touch for the big man. In fact, it's Dewey who's off from that injury he sustained earlier in Major League Rugby. One of the standouts in their victory against New England. They kick it downfield, it's not out. Toto Vasau is here. He's got Dylan Orsley with him. The fullback at number 15 for the Legion. Good step off his right. Brought down by Guillermo.
No.
Sylvia goes into contact. More advantage here for Josh Furno and the Legion. They come to the left-hand side. Wuching slips free, but backwards to Veremalua. Gold medalist with the Fijian Sevens team. Orsberger goes over the top. No advantage coming.
Number 6, offside.
Long advantage being played by Rogan there. Well, almost identical to the spot where they had the first penalty, where they opted to go for touch. You wonder if this is within kicking range for Burton. It looks like that's going to be the call. So posts it is. Saw him warming up, Dallin. Burton's got a very, very smooth
strike of the
really
ball.
We're 4 minutes into the match and we're at 3 penalties, yeah? Have a word to the boys because it can't continue. No, back again. Yeah.
Well, the line speed too, and I think Rogan talking to the Free Jacks, when I was talking to their coach, Josh Smith, talking about, well, how do you prevent that run and gun style from San Diego? Well, you got to put pressure on. It's got to be line speed, it's got to be direct, and it's got to be consistent. And I think they're just tickling that offside line just a little bit, and that's what Rogan wants to have a word with them about.
That's right, 3 penalties in the first 4 minutes. San Diego now opt for the potential 3 points.
Yeah, I will keep an eye on it, but let's work, yeah.
At the 40, Luke Burton turned 26 years old on February 17th from Perth, Australia. Burton, former Super Rugby star with the Western Force. As the crowd hushes, nice looking strike. Successful, first points to the board. 5 minutes gone, San Diego 3-0 over New England.
Overall, a win for New England. They were just down on their 5-meter line. They forced a knock on and were able to clear towards the halfway line. Yeah, they gave up 3 points, but at least they didn't give up 7.
Chance now for the Free Jacks to get in enemy territory. Timotei Guillermo goes to Save Totovasau. It wriggles free from the first 2. Ganabao there is with him.
Step back here for me. Stay.
Tira Patterson, the ball carrier on that occasion. Vasau on the other right wing.
No 3.
Wuching.
Inside. You're inside. Stay. Use it!
Slow ball for Nate Augsburger. Rugby World Cup in 2019 in Japan with the US Eagles. 26 caps in total and 7 tries for the United States. His kick was barely in the field of play. Patterson chasing up.
Dangerous there. Mitch Wilson from this fullback spot comes over to the touchline, and the wind just blowing in the faces of San Diego. That ball hangs up nicely for Tira Patterson, almost lands in his arms, and if it had talent, it would have been an easy 7-pointer.
San Diego blessed with very tall wingers. Contestable attacking options for them with the ball in air. Sean McNulty, Ireland under-20 product. First liner for them slips through the hands. It's batted back. It comes to Patterson, picks it up on the scoop, looking for work is the left winger. Tira Patterson, 21 years old, from Fiji.
He's trapped in there. He's not going to be able to roll away. We're going to come back to the lost forward.
Original knock there by New England. So the ball going to stay in the hands of San Diego. And this, to me, a compelling moment in this game to see what the Free Jacks do against this forward pack of San Diego. We mentioned Brighouse wearing the number 3, Dallin. Crucial today for the hopes of the Free Jacks.
Remember what we spoke about? Yeah. There's the mark. Take left of the mark.
Brighouse awarded Workhorse of the Week from the Free Jacks. So all the effort put in last week's clash. They went down in the end, 39-33 to the Warriors.
Crouch. Binds. Set.
Ball at the back for Augsburger. Burton, kick pass. It's a good one. He's as accurate as a calculator. As they bust for in the far side. Could this be the opening score of the game? Diving in the corner, Save Totovasau loves the sound of the whistle, and that's 5 for the Legion.
What a great call by San Diego. Look at the pass there, and you can see all of the Free Jacks tight in the centers, shadowing the midfield, trying to prevent the ball from being passed, but there's more than one way to get the ball to the wing, and Burton finds it. Save Totovasau, 6'4", runs like a deer, and he's so comfortable on that touch line.
Elbow down.
One of the reasons why he's really become one of the players of the league. and really having a breakout year.
Well, you mentioned all the positions, you know, that some of these players can play. Torero Stadium, when I first saw him, I thought he was going to jump on the line out, and there he's on the wing, monstering people. His try puts his team up 8-0. Threats aplenty for the San Diego Legion side, and Torero Stadium, a man with 2 daughters that are keenly watching him on the field right now.
After that Legion score, guys, this is a team that wants to be exciting to watch play, and they definitely are delivering to their fans as they've started this season undefeated and look to put another win on the board today. I got out to the field this afternoon about 12:30, and the entire team was already on the field, the Legion, and they were just having a fun game. They called it rugby football, and Sam Wuching was telling me that his forwards finally won. Apparently it was a battle between the forwards and the backs, but all that to share, they were so loose and just so free in terms of having fun, knowing that to be a professional athlete, especially in this beautiful venue in San Diego, is such a luxury, such a gift. So they're enjoying every moment of it.
It really is, Stacey. They're up 10-0 with that successful conversion. They're loving the sun here and their fans. They have a relieving penalty as well. High shot comes in here, the form of Dewey.
Line's yours, fellas. Line is yours.
Mia, man from KwaZulu-Natal, went to Glenwood High School.
Say no.
Great take at the top.
Sack is good.
Ferno. Forsberg has to go back and then goes with his box kick. Contestable for his Legion Chargers. Nobody wants it though. It sits on the bounce and curls all the way back to where he started. He has it again. It's Forsberg playing by himself. Now the men in red secure possession. Nonu is at first receiver, looks at his options. Over 100 caps for the legendary All Blacks as Wuching goes and run himself, the man who grew up in Hawaii. Forsberg taking a knocking back play. We hope he's okay as Nonu puts it up. Huge up and under, contestable. Wilson comes in, sets up for Poland. Poland has this to break it. Numbers on the left-hand side. That pass needed to go to hand. They're arranging up on the outside. Dion Mixel would have been the target. We go back to Forsberg that's on the ground, writhing in pain.
A squandered opportunity for the Free Jacks. And twice we've seen the ball, it's getting kicked up in the air, and I think it's hard to determine the wind speed. As the ball travels up, it continues to wreak havoc with where the ball's gonna land, and that's twice that they couldn't find the handle. That one was a squandered try. That would have put Free Jacks right back into this game.
Yeah.
Mixel running a great line. Poland with the ball. Now watch Mixel on the corner.
Yeah, who's captain now?
You can see Poland wasn't looking at him when he threw the ball. Well, Augsburger, sorry, Dallin, Augsburger off the field now, and he's being carried, and that does not look good. He doesn't look like he can weight the injured leg, and so Devereaux Ferris going to come in for San Diego to replace Augsburger, and that's a huge loss. It was interesting. I was just talking to one of their owners before the game, San Diego, and we were talking about how they so far had avoided the injury bug, and it's already hit them early in the first half.
Forsberg, player of the match in their first 2 encounters. He goes to get attention as Ferris now, first touch for him, goes high. Devereaux Ferris, 25-year-old from Auckland, New Zealand, as Wilson goes back on the bounce. He collects this one, throws a dummy, almost gets his scrum cap taken off as he ducks in the hit. Inside the 22 are the New England Free Jacks. Larson loops around.
Use it now!
Hawaii's there. Ball's available as Legion try get this, and they do. Good steal, Nonu chips over the top. Torero Stadium's chasing Mixel. Will win the race.
22.
Torero Stadium puts his hand up on the corner and says, hey, it worked once. Why not try it again? Mixel there in defense. Take a look. Very nearly playable by Torero Stadium once again. Just a crafty little kick by the wily veteran.
Behind the kicker,
He's had a
fellas.
couple of kicks already, has Ma'anonu, for others to chase. Rugby World Cup champion in 2011 and 2015. Also played in the 2003 World Cup. Audsley now, product of St. Mary's. The Gales cuts back in field, over the halfway line. JP Duplessis, flat ball to Wu Ching, goes over the top. Good take by Patterson.
Stay there.
Muir at first receiver, sets the contact point, goes into Simon Kukul. Not rolling
Oh,
away.
he didn't lose it until he was on the ground and he pulled it out. No. There's now too many penalties. Yeah? Every time we come into your half, we're giving away a penalty. Have a word to him because next one's going to go to the bin.
And again, Free Jacks doing everything they can to slow the ball down. That's how they have to play this match to avoid the frenetic pace that San Diego's capable of, but it keeps playing into the Legion's hands in the form of penalties.
We're just going to wait till that goes fully and then we'll get going, all right?
And right there, you finally see it. Nate Orsberger is being taken off. Doesn't look good. You saw the players applauding their teammate as they leave the field. Luke Burton goes down to the 22. Legion unsuccessful with their first two mauls. See if they can come better with this. Burton
Stay there, boy.
key to their side as Muir now goes to Josh Furno. Finally able to get the ball down, but it's nothing in there. Was Connor Kindragan.
So we lost forward by Red.
Kindragan has taken it from the Legion, pinched it.
Still playing your advantage,
Excellent
Blue.
work from the forwards.
Use it.
Now Poland relieves a bit
over.
of pressure towards the touchline.
Those kind of moments are going to have to come routinely for the Free Jacks, and that's Connor Kindragan doing a great job at the breakdown, finding the ball, stealing it.
Two pods for the lineouts. Furno again, beautiful work from him as Burton chips one over the top. The chase is all there. How does this one sit up? Oh, it sits up for Sean McNulty. The number 2 for New England.
Step back here, fellas. Keep going.
Jesse's trail line was there in support as Guillermo goes to Audsley, well positioned. Dylan Audsley, another one of the capped US
going,
Eagles
Mackie, keep going,
in the San Diego side, just golf chips it, sits up beautifully into touch.
Beautiful kick by Audsley, but really a kick to nowhere from Guillemon. It doesn't really challenge Audsley. It goes right into his breadbasket. That one either needs to find touch or it's got to get a lot more velocity on it and try to go over the head of Audsley. That one plays right into the hands of the 15.
On the middle. Take a step across. On the middle. Yeah, right.
Hey, who's coming? Hey, who's coming?
Stay there, yeah?
McNulty, wonderful rugby family. Both brothers, professional rugby players, but it's been finished at the line out.
Backwards off Red.
Muir
Play
ducks
on.
back in, goes into a solid collision just outside the 22. New England come over this one. Aggressive at the breakdown. Brighouse is involved there as well.
Well, after two consecutive poor throws by McNulty, you never know whether it's a throw, whether it's a communication thing. There's so many injuries with this Free Jacks team that's really hard to know what the factor is, but in that one it looks like San Diego just gets a hand up and knocks the ball away.
Hands on the ground, yeah.
Well, I suppose what's
He pushed
helping
it
them
back
is
as they were coming through.
6'7" Josh Furno and 6'8" CC Mahoney. They've got plenty of height, have this Legion
Let's stay
side.
there
Very
for me,
disruptive
fellas.
for New
Yeah,
England.
Let's keep that gap.
Their line out now just around the halfway mark. After 15 minutes, it's 10-0. San Diego lead New England in this battle of the coasts.
5,
More
no!
set for
Backwards.
New England. Ball pops out. So now finally comes a big bump there from Leah Dewey. 8 caps
Backwards.
for Fiji.
No, he's fine.
Poland.
Ball's out. That's gone forward.
Smashed,
Playing
and
advantage.
here they go with Paul Mullen. Mullen on the front
Still
foot.
playing your advantage, Red.
Wuching quick hands to Ma'anonu
Advantage
as
over.
JP Duplessis. Patterson on the outside. Tara Patterson gets the fan.
Happy Austin.
He's in the corner. It's try number 2, and it's the wingers. They're getting it done on both sides.
Well, it started with a moment of indecision by John Poland. Wasn't sure what to do with the ball, instead takes contact and knocks it on right there. And then we talked about the run and gun style, the pace of this San Diego attack. Nanu is the hinge. Duplessis finds Patterson, lights out. Just freeing the hands up, such beautiful skills, making it look easy. And Patterson doing what a wing's supposed to do, staying on the corner, finishing a try.
Turnover ball, and Patterson capitalizes. He was part of the extended squad for the 2018 Commonwealth Games with Fiji. He has the flair as well. 2 tries on the board. There's Luke Burton. Now has a chance from the other side. Burton, former Australia under-20 player. This one will stay to the left-hand side. So, just under 20 minutes gone, and the score 15-0. 2 tries from the San Diego Legion. And time for a quick break. We'll be up with more. New England trail 15-0 so far in week 3 of Major League Rugby 2020. And the men at home on fire so far.
Welcome back to a beautiful sunny day in San Diego, and the home team Legion leading the way 15-0. JP Duplessis, number 13 for the Legion, instrumental in that last try, but he also, most recently, while he's known for being so well-rounded and a physical playmaker, recently went through something that was completely out of his control. His newborn baby son, when he arrived into this world, he suffered from an oxygen loss. Now, the pregnancy was perfect. His beautiful wife, Chloe, was doing well. It was a surprise to them. It certainly strengthened their faith in each other, in the Lord, and all the people around them. I'm happy to report that they are going to bring their little boy home, hopefully in the next couple of days, and I, for one, can't wait to give him a squeeze when I meet him for the first time. But it's been trying for JP and his family, but they just cannot say enough about the support that they have received. And JP and I talked about, even though you can't control it, it is something that you surrender to, and it's made him a stronger man, a stronger husband, and a stronger dad.
Stop in front, no four, stop.
Kick down to the touchline, yes, Stacey. JP Duplessis, what a player and family, and his son Luke Miller actually is his name, and his brother. He's taken a part of his brother's name, who's Miller, part of the Springbok Blitzbok 7-a-side team. So that family is very strong, and I know his brother's watching this broadcast right now. So welcome to everybody tuning in, especially the Duplessis family, who have now increased by 1. Could be a brilliant rugby player in the future, who knows, we'll have to see. Sean McNulty, though, for New England. Needs something special for your side to grind their way upfield. It's been hard going. They get tail ball, though. Poland, nice little pass off to the new man, Danny Collins. Collins, though, gets this one slip free.
scrum. Yeah, sorry, fellas.
Danny
I'll get out of your
Collins,
way next
one
time,
of the
yeah.
true Bostonians, studying to become a cop on the beat in Boston.
I'll have a look. I'll have a look.
Homegrown talent. And Collins trying to get something going there and
clear. Stay straight
maybe a
forward.
50-50 ball back inside to Sam Beard.
You're the tight end.
Doesn't find its target,
Stay straight,
knock
and if
on.
he goes in, it's very obvious. Don't you go in. Yeah.
Big front row. Yes, Polly. Let's go, boys.
Crouch. Binds. Set.
Ball to back there for David Tamalau. Penalty for the Legion,
Standing up.
forcing the front row to pop up
Standing up,
from
on our job.
New England.
We talked about the pressure that was going to come from San Diego. And look at Tavita Tamalau in the back wearing the number 8 jersey. And he could pick the ball up, but he wisely keeps it underfoot because he knew the penalty was going to come. Smart play from the international number 8.
Legion able to pump it downfield. Lower side that took out the defending champion Seattle Saracens 33-24, and then the Colorado Raptors 49-22 in Las Vegas last weekend. 2 bonus point victories. They go to the tail. Ferris, quick ball to Burton. Burton, a bit of space for the fly half to operate. Finally hammered down and turnover possession.
Your advantage, Blue.
No, Leo Dewey was the one that put in a massive shoulder.
No, stay there.
It stays with the Free Jacks. Larson goes over the top. What a ball! Free Jacks with a bit of space
Wait,
finding to
over!
work with. They kick it downfield. Dylan Orsley is covering.
Take him back!
The fullback has brought it back in, said referee Rogan, so it'll be a line out at the 22. A mistake. First mistake from the Legion.
Well, big pass over the top that goes into the hands of Kindrigan, but I'm not sure they had to go all the way out wide. It looked like they had numbers. Maybe the ball goes through the hands instead of squandering possession through the kick from Kindrigan. That ball perhaps stays in the possession of the Free Jacks.
If they're too slow, we'll reset it.
McNulty hit his last target, though. This line out, very important.
Oh, beautiful plan move. He gets it back from Poland. Oh, he tries to kick through. Maybe too sneaky as Patterson collects this for the Legion. Flicks it back in. Beautiful to Mahoney. Cece Mahoney wriggles free. Legion back on the front foot. Scooped up by Nonu. He's knocked it as there's pressure on the big number 12.
Well, Free Jack's going to get the ball back here, but this is a wasted opportunity. There's no reason for Sean McNulty to go to the foot. Obviously, hindsight 2020, of course, Dallin, if that would have popped up and gone into hand and resulted in a try, of course, I would have been eating my words. But I think you keep the ball. It's been so difficult for the Free Jacks to get inside the 22-meter line, let alone the half of this San Diego team. You got to keep those possessions and maybe go through some phases.
I like the set piece move, though, from New England. Very creative. Scrum for them now on attack.
Crouch. Binds. Set. Steady.
Backline to the right-hand side. Marks, although he's on the left. Untidy ball for Guillermo. He collects it. Fires it across to Waganabao. And now Collins on the outside. Danny Collins. Good step. Oh, what a step again. Collins takes on Ma'ananu. Beats him like a scrambled egg. They go to Breghouse. Ferno needs to roll away as New England try to get some ascendancy. And they're in a bit of space here. Great bit of work as Thebus goes on a run. He loses inside the 22. Was looking promising. But Audsley has it now for San Diego. Jackson Thebus was looking strong with the big number 5.
Advantage over.
Burton clears the lines for the Legion. Promising passage of play, though, for New England.
Well, a great break by Thebus, and you can see the talent that's in this New England team, just unable to get anything rolling so far in the first half, but continually shooting themselves in the foot when they have possession.
The last one anyway.
McNulty is with the Leinster Academy. Goes to the tail again, Poland. Short ball for Dewey. Struffler, Zach Struffler.
Sorry, fella.
Forward pass is the call. Struffler with the Nola Gold in 2018 and 2019, just getting ahead of things.
Take a look at Danny Collins.
Just make sure you're clear, boys. That was really hard to hear, yeah?
Boston-born, and that's a step. You know, regardless of what happens in the career of Danny Collins, you get to say you stepped Ma'anonu once.
Yep, perfect.
Well, you clip that up and you put it on social media. You have that for life.
Yeah. Yep. I shredded him.
Danny Collins lists on his bio he's a part-time juggler. Well, he's got all the tricks in the book as the number 14.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Steady.
Advantage again for San Diego. Ferris wants to get it. It's another penalty for them. This time just collapsing in there from Kukul.
Any rotational force that wheels the scrum is normally going to be called against the team that's defending. And the logic goes that really there's no reason. Some hurt feelings in there. And CC Mahoney with the red scrum cap on for San Diego. 6 foot 300 pounds, and I'm not sure that that's the first person that I want to make angry.
Massive unit, CC Mahoney. 2 caps for the US Eagles in 2017. His side inch forward again. And that's the thing about this Legion team, just such big bodies as well. Not only do they have international players aplenty and capped players for that matter, but massive frames as they look to take the line out here. 25 minutes gone, 15-0. San Diego lead, the home side. Josh Furno, the Australian, gets it away and clattering into players is Wuching, almost taking out our referee as well. Rogan had to get away. Tamalau. Oh, he's hit hard. Tamalau on Dewey.
Tackle roll!
Dewey. That's a check next to your name. Burton kicks for the corner. Patterson's chasing. One bounce and into touch.
Almost hangs up nicely for Patterson. Would have been a repeat of the earlier try. Talk about a collision. 2 number 8s going at it. Nalia Dewey and Tamalau. And I tell you what, knocking back 275 pounds of David Tamalau is no easy feat.
Don't go across, fellas.
Great hit by Dewey.
Furno flicks it back superbly. Ball sits up for Muir.
Backwards!
Ball is still available there for the Legion.
No, Blue.
Tamalau.
Backwards!
Still backwards. Justo Veremalua played 17 of the 18 Legion games last season. Now goes to Wuching again. He's full of running as the number 7. Ferris comes to the left-hand side to again Tamalau. No Dewey in his way, so he gets on the front foot. Veremalua again. Change of direction for the loose forward as Burton flicks to the right-hand side. Flat one, so it's lost as Donald Brighouse gets it for New England. Numbers on the left-hand side, flicked free, and great catch there from Sam Beard, the vice-captain. Off they go. Marksell, Dion Marksell, one-on-one with Audsley. Drops the shoulder, gets the boom, but he's into touch.
Some good attacking flair there in the turnover from New England, showing that they can compete out wide as well. Decision here by Mike Sell, and maybe just begging for a little chip over the top of Audsley. Instead, Audsley able to use the touchline as an extra defender on Mike Sell.
Short line out. They go to Mahoney. High kick, but not going very far. In fact, goes directly into touch. Mistake from Devereaux Ferris.
Well, 3 games so far. Nate Augsburger started them all, and he's played almost all the minutes in each. Ferris came on last week in Vegas to relieve Augsburger and actually put Augsburger out on the wing. He's such a handy back, and he'll be missed if this injury that he's sustained today is of significance. But Ferris just trying to find his feet as well.
New England with possession. Dewey. Mike Sal off the left wing. Comes wide to Collins, the stepper. Hit nicely by Audsley. Ball still in field. Dewey has this. It's open space. There's a try on the board here. Beautiful flick pass. Waganabao goes underneath the poles, and it's celebration time for New England. Poasa Waganabao.
Just brilliant from New England. And the dance they did down the touchline, able to keep the ball in. Great set move here. Watch the blindside wing. The big hair of Mike Sell showing up from the blind side. And then Collins on the wing. Ball set back for Poasa and Dewey. That's a beautiful try. That was a well-needed try as well. 15 points. They've had some tough breaks. They've given up a lot of ball in the first half. And finally, they hit pay dirt.
Half an hour gone in the game, and they're on the scoreboard. 15 points to 7. San Diego lead New England. A wonderful interchange there, and Waganabao scores, the man from Fiji. Been a real threat in the opening weeks of Major League Rugby.
Watch the tightrope down the sideline here. Collins flirts with the touchline. Then Mitch Wilson just barely unloads it to Dewey. Brilliant work by the former Life University running eagle, Mitch Wilson.
Restart to the 22. Hack downfield to Audsley. Such a great young fullback. Ducks back down to the contact. He meets the captain, Josh Larson, from New England. Ball is there for Ferris. Fires it to Furno. Throws the dummy. Takes on a couple of big, hefty forwards himself. Tabalau looking for Brighouse. Gets through the first one. And then smashed to the halfway line.
Over.
Sylvia. Big Nathan Sylvia, the local man from San Diego. He hits head high. Penalty.
Discussion here.
Okay, we've had a really good period, right? And then we've got a high tackle, and then he's arguing the point with me. Yeah? That's enough. We're done. Have a word to the boys. It's high, but it's not a yellow card, yeah?
High tackle on Donald Brighouse. Rogan just wants a little more manners from the big number 3. Burton gobbles up some territory. Unfortunate for the Free Jacks and losing the momentum that they had just gained by virtue of scoring that try.
Stay here, boys. Make sure our timing's all right, yeah? Make sure we get our timing right, please.
At the 22. More possession for the Legion as Furno gets the maul.
Yeah.
Hasn't worked properly for them all game so far. And not in that occasion either. Pola drives them back with his kick.
6, actually, stop. 6, stop. You're in front of the kicker.
Burton chases it into the 22. Where does this kick go? Goes all the way.
Mark, hold the mark. That's good.
Over the dead ball line, yep.
Yeah, it actually hit.
Mate, base of the flag, he's out. Yes, it is, base of the flag.
Unfortunate. Yeah, hits the flag in goal, which Rogan reminds the Free Jacks is dead ball. So that's unfortunate, and that's the deceiving part of this wind. And it looks like the flag is only kind of lightly fluttering in the breeze, Dallin, but it definitely had an impact on that ball and carrying it all the way dead. About 70 meters worth of boot there.
If he's going to come in and you get your hips in,
a couple of bounces short, and it would have been at least a 22-meter dropout.
tuck behind you. Just get the shoulder out.
Just resetting things there, Luke Rogan.
Yeah, much better. No, let's just hold it until it's stable, yes? Crouch! Binds! Set! Yeah, right advantage.
Third advantage at scrum time for the San Diego Legion. Burton attacks the line, very flat, good switch to JP Duplessis. Patterson in to help out at ruck time. They go to Tamalau now. Picking and going, Wuching, Sam Wuching, within 3 meters. Legion, Mahoney, CC Mahoney, just a couple shy. Skip to Audsley, he slips in the corner. The fullback gets their third try. And Dylan Audsley, hard-working game so far, is rewarded with a 5-pointer.
Good patience there by San Diego, and all it was going to take was one dart of a pass. Take a look. Here's some good go forward by Tamalau. Forwards getting involved heavily in this passage of play. There's Mahoney, almost gets his 6'8" frame over the line. And then from the base, what a great pass out to Audsley.
I had blue my side standing up too.
Audsley, 3-time national champion at St. Mary's, 2016 Collegiate Player of the Year. What a great experience has been for Dylan Audsley to play alongside players like JP Duplessis and Ma'anonu, just to name a couple. Here's fly-off, Luke Burton. We kicked an earlier conversion. Maxwell gives him pressure, and Burton strikes the upright. It is 20 points to 7. 3 minutes to go in the first 40 here in San Diego. Week 3 of Major League Rugby.
Watch again from the base here. After the Mahoney run, and Ferris looks up. Look at that pass, just a thing of beauty. From the base of the ruck, straight into the hands of Audsley.
Patterson has it, Nanu is there to help out.
Yeah, I'll move. Stay there, fellas.
Muir goes low.
Step back for me, yep. Yep. Okay, good. I'll get inside.
Good exit strategy.
Well, this is a good ball for the Free Jacks. Just a couple of moments left. About 2.5 on the clock before the first half ends. And Dallin, now it's a line out. If they could come away with some points, it would be huge for this team from New England.
A few moments left in the first half for New England to get back scoring ways. Collins joins the line of Poland.
Step back here, Red, step back.
Standing at a flat start there. Beard, good step off the left. Flat ball to Mike Sell, too flat, in fact it was forward.
I mean, we've seen that a couple times from the Free Jacks. Mike Sell just maybe running a little bit too far forward, looking for the flat pass.
Scrum.
Trying to work the space on the corner, but that ball drifts forward once again, and Free Jacks with an opportunity, and now give it straight back to San Diego.
San Diego known as the Legion. A couple of fans there, of course, are dressing up there. You saw they're called the Cohort. The Legionnaires wearing a helmet, shield, breastplate. Sean Richards, a former blacksmith, he's the one that designed some of that armor, didn't he?
Yeah, I met some of those guys in the stands last week in Vegas. They had made the road trip, and they make their own armor.
Well, if there's a battle to be had, we know where to go to get our kit.
Look for a man named Sheridan.
There they are, chanting away.
Crouch. Binds. Set.
Penalty to New England. Celebration for them now.
And lots to celebrate there. And what the referee, Luke Rogan, says is that it was the front row of San Diego that popped up.
We now go to the NASCAR Xfinity race in Las Vegas. You can continue watching rugby on the Fox Sports app.
So 40 minutes gone by. First half effectively over, but one more shot, and it looks like Guillamon, wearing the 10 jersey for the Free Jacks, going to have a chance to actually put some points on the board. And we mentioned, Dallin, that this would be a huge boost for their confidence going into the halftime break.
It certainly would be. 3 tries from the San Diego Legion, one from Toto Vasal, Patterson and Audsley, and Waganibao for the New England side. Scored their only points at minute 30. Now a chance for the young flower, Timothy Guillemot, played with France in the under-18 division. Former Austin Elite in 2017-2018. Guillemot. Unfortunately misses that one for his side, and that brings the halftime whistle after 40 minutes. It's the home side, the San Diego Legion, that lead the New England Free Jacks in week 3 of Major League Rugby 2020. 3 tries to 1 so far. And the wingers got plenty of action on the far side. Toto Vasal, Patterson and Aussie, the try scorers. The cohort are happy with us so far. Big second half coming up. We're going to take a short break and return with highlights from Torero Stadium in San Diego. It's 20 points to 7. Our next Major League Rugby match on FS2 is New England, Seattle, and that is on February 29.
A couple of great number 8s there. Hamopo played number 8 last week for New England, but Dallin, the way that Dawai is playing in the number 8 jersey today, we might see him starting against Hadding, the international number 8 for Seattle next week.
Meanwhile, let's take a look at the highlights. 20 points to 7, San Diego lead New England.
Well, the concern for the Free Jacks was that San Diego was going to open up its toolbox, and it sure does. First half, the kick pass so brilliant by Burton. Defense choked in the midfield from New England. They recognize it, Burton does. That's what international experience will get you. And that, having a 6'4" winger from Fiji, that's what that'll get you as well. Good try there from Save Totavasau. But then the Free Jacks strike back. They won't go away. They keep hanging around. Danny Collins, great work on the touchline, and then Mitch Wilson somehow manages to keep that ball in play. Sets up for Dawai. Another good look here at the touchline and the dance. And eventually it'll be Pawasa Wanganimbao that goes over for the try there. And it's tight. It looked like throughout the first half, Dallin, that it was all San Diego, but it's, you know, well within striking range of New England. They just got to keep firing back.
Time for another short break. We'll have more reaction from week 3 of Major League Rugby, where San Diego lead New England by 20-7 from Torero Stadium in sunny San Diego.
Coach, appreciate your time so much.
Cheers.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Football game. Another huge weekend of XFL football gets started Saturday as the Seattle Dragons face off with the St. Louis Battlehawks. Don't miss a second of the action Saturday at 5 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Well, the shade is starting to go over the field here in San Diego, but no fans are leaving anytime soon. This is going to be a great remaining matchup between these two teams. The first crack at the cross-conference situation between these two teams. And joining us now, the head coach of the Free Jacks, Josh Smith. What are some things that you're encouraged by with your guys in the first half?
Yeah, we sleptwalked for the first 20 minutes, so pretty impressive last 20 to put things together. We need to tighten up the penalties. Giving away 8 penalties in the first half really put us under the pump.
You mentioned the penalties. What are some other things that you might need to refine?
We got to keep ball in hand as well too. A couple hero plays that we throw away inside the 22. We take care of that ball and we hang on to it. We're looking at a different scoreline right now.
In what ways does facing a team like San Diego early really instill some extra confidence in your young team?
Yeah, it's a huge challenge, right? Coming across the country, playing in a venue like this against a team with the caliber of these boys. It really kind of sets the bar for where we want to be.
Coach, appreciate your time so much.
Cheers.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Good luck in the second half to Josh Smith and the New England Free Jacks, as well as the San Diego Legion. It is a beautiful day here in San Diego and always a great day for rugby. We're glad that you're with us. We'll be back with second half action right after this.
Welcome back to Torero Stadium. 329 days of sunshine, including this one. The fans have come in thick and fast. Families are plenty to support rugby. This professional team, San Diego Legion, is one of 2 sides that remain unbeaten so far here in 2020. They lead the Free Jacks 20 points to 7. And unbelievable outfits from the cohort as well. The Legionnaires. Let's take a look at the halftime stats, Ryan.
Well, if you look at the stats on the New England side and you see 8 penalties, 8 turnovers, it's amazing that they're only 13 points down in this match. They've lost a scrum and a couple of lineouts as well. If they can fix some of those mistakes, they'll rebound well in the second half. And San Diego, meanwhile, Dallin, it's amazing that they didn't put more points on the board. Usually so clinical. Maybe it's the injury to Augsburger early in the match, but right now things just aren't ticking for this team as they had in the second match. They're talented enough to withstand New England right now, but I'm sure Coach Rob Hoadley wants more from them in the second half.
Yeah, speaking of Coach Hoadley and Coach Smith, what do you think those words were, especially for the New England side? You know, they're up against it, aren't they?
So I think a couple of encouraging signs. They got the last penalty in the scrum, and I think that's where they wanted to keep their base. But the work of that man right there, Nalia Dewey, has been amazing from the back. The captaincy of the man on screen, Josh Larson, that engine room has to continue to play another 40 minutes of tough rugby. They got to figure out a way to keep the pace of the San Diego backs at a minimum. And if you're Hoadley, it's about being clinical. Guys, how come we haven't had more points? How many times have we been down inside the 22-meter line of the New England Free Jacks and came away with nothing? That's got to change for San Diego. We talked about it before, the stop-start nature of this match. That man there, Sam Wuching, has been really good with the ball in hand, always staunch as a tackler. Of course, he was such a prominent player at linebacker for the University of Washington Huskies, so you'd expect that from him. It's been his ball carrying. For me, that's been his highlight throughout the first half.
Getting ready for second half action. Our referee, Luke Rogan from Australia, says, let's get cracking. Week 3, Major League Rugby 2020. New England on the right of your screen, trailed 20 points to 7. San Diego in red received this through JP Duplessis. Slips on his home turf. His side scored 3 tries already, looking for one more try to get a bonus point. Turnover, ball for New England. That's how they want. Bregas has it quickly to Struffler. Struffler, good solid carry for Dewey. That one, not what they wanted. Went a bit high there as Wuching came streaking through.
First one by red.
Long advantage being played, so it's going to be a scrum after the knock-on. And already, this is a great break for the New England Free Jacks to open the second half. And we talked about the scrum, Dallin, and for me, this is going to be telling. If they can win a solid platform here and get good ball out of the scrum, it'll be happy for Josh Smith.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt there. Let's get an injury update from Stacey Pates, who's sideline.
Well, you're seeing him on the bench right now with his teammates. Nate Augsburger putting on the yellow jersey next to another guy that the San Diego Legion love, Joe Peterson, also on the injured list right now. And I spoke with Nate briefly before the second half started. Of course, he was already back out here with his team. And that's a testament to 2 things. A, the treatment that each and every MLR team gets. The medical staff across the league is just impeccable. They got to him quickly, put a boot on, assess the situation. He says it's no big deal. And the other thing, it just proves he cannot stay away from the team. He just can't do it. He can't stay off the field. He can't stay away from his team. He's such an integral part, and he is not going anywhere.
He really is such a character as well. I also spoke to Joe Peterson earlier. He's eager to get back next week. We'll see the Big Buffalo in a Legion jersey soon. Scrum time for New England to start up the second half.
Set!
If you're just joining us, I'm Dallin Stanford with Brian Hightower in the comms block as Poland goes wide to Guillermo. It's a move with Mitchell in from fullback. He's well contained though. The Free Jacks with big Jackson Phoebus. He's driven backwards. To the right, their numbers there. Dewey, quick hands. Waganabao then finds Mike's out. Mike's out. Such a bulldozing runner in the wing channels. It comes to Struffler. Man who played with 1823 in Tiger Rugby. Back to Mike's on that far side. Collins tries to step free. This time there's no hard reel to go with it. There's the captain, Larson. Takes on the Legion forwards. Still available for Kindragan, the 27-year-old from Ireland. And they get a penalty first up, yep.
Collapsing. Yep, number one, collapsing.
We talked about the inexperience of Danny Collins, the homegrown product from Boston. He's had a couple of touches already in this second half. He's doing a great job on the touchline, and quickly goes Poland.
Poland for the line, Poland. He's over, he's rolled down. We can have a look and see.
Time off.
And check with the assistant referees.
You know, just with my naked eye down, it looked like he had rolled it over and got the grounding.
Mate, I haven't got a clear grounding. Have you got a clear grounding? You do? So
Watch Poland once again. It's there, and then he rolls it, and that's the grounding. And it's a good call by the AR.
Well, he caught everybody napping, caught us napping too.
Exactly. Great start for the Free Jacks. Well, it couldn't have gone any better than we scripted in the beginning when we highlighted John Poland as one of the players to watch. And he certainly has stepped up. And look at him go quickly. He sees San Diego napping. They think, well, surely he's not going to tap it and go. And he taps and he goes over the line. The grounding is there. It's a great job. Heads up play by John Poland. And he brings his team back from the brink.
2 tries for New England. John Poland, man who played rugby since 5 years old at his father's rugby club, who coached him as well. His journey now continues in the United States with the expansion franchise. Free Jacks looking to add 2 more through Timote Guillemot. "23-year-old likes it. Yes, boy, is the call from his teammates. It's 20 points to 14. And that's how you start the second half.
How about that? And it's really quieted the crowd here at Torero Stadium. We talked about how San Diego needed to be clinical coming out of the halftime break, and they just fell asleep as a team.
That's the great thing about this league. So many upsets have happened in the first 3 weeks. Only 2 teams remain unbeaten in just 3 weeks. As Mitchell goes downfield, it's not out. Wuching is there. The flying Hawaiian runs over one, still going. Oh, big strong contact there by Jamie Diva. Burton goes to Nonu. Short hands to Duplessis. Well contained as well. Muir picks and goes. Dean Muir to the 40. Knock forward, advantage, none coming.
both ways.
Again, a little frenetic from San Diego, trying to get something good. You can tell that they're trying to push the pace. And I'm sure that was part of the message from Coach Hoadley at halftime as well, is why are we playing the speed that New England wants us to play? We got to up the tempo, and it costs them there because Mahoney didn't see the ball coming.
Make sure we have one arm bound up. Make sure we have one arm bound up. Okay?
Good picture there of Paul Mullen. 18 caps for the US. He's been their big addition with Paddy Ryan leaving.
Shoulder out there, shoulder out. There we go. Crouch.
Loads of space over here on the short side.
Set. No, it's just down.
Just reintroducing themselves to each other in the second half. While we get a chance for the forwards to settle, let's talk about the other results this weekend. We saw Nola Gold survive at the death to beat the Colorado Raptors. And then our first tie, 20-all, Gilgronis Austin against Utah Warriors.
Yeah, and they still haven't won yet, but at least they get a tie. They're getting closer, Dallin.
They really are. And then All Glory beat Houston SaberCats 22-13. And then the big one, the real surprise, Seattle Seawolves 0-3 so far, the defending champions, lost to the Arrows 39-17.
And Toronto, we said last week, one of the most established sides, very few turnovers in their staff and their rosters, so they're looking good. And to spank the Seawolves at home, just unthinkable.
Rooney also a good victory over Rugby ATL 22-19. Stopping there, unbeaten run. This one comes to Dylan Audsley. He calls for a mark.
And again, just kind of that kick to nowhere and giving Audsley a chance to catch the ball and to have the free kick here instead of really threatening that touch line or making Audsley make a decision.
Audsley growing those dreads out. He's trying to copy Ma'anonu. He's going strong.
Although Ma had his dreads since Audsley was in elementary school.
That's true. Ma'anonu playing in World Cups before Audsley was born. New England in the first 10. That scored the only point so far in the second half. It comes up here to Dewey. He has to go back to collect the big number 8.
Away now, Red! No, you're never on the ball first.
These two young children watch on. Flicks backwards, it's okay, it's available. Who wants this one? New England dive on the pill. There's the little general, John Poland. Tells his forwards to come around the side as he gets ready for them to take it into contact with Larson. 15 caps for Canada, including the Rugby World Cup that recently happened in Japan. Tamalau tries to effect a change in possession. It won't come. As Poland creates space for a nice box kick. Collins is there. Oh, but beautiful jump and take at the top from Patterson. Mullen now. Good carry from the front row forward. Was with the Sabercats for a couple of years. Burton goes to the air. It's contestable for Toto Vasau, and Mitchell has this. Good skill from Mitch Wilson. 24-year-old from Sydney, Australia. Quick hands, hot potato from New England. Guillermo spots a bit of space wide, and that's the hole. It opens up for the Free Jacks. McNulty flicks it backwards. Audsley dives on this one. And Poland gets ripped free at ruck time. It stays with Ma'anonu. Again, he goes to the boot.
Stop.
Oh, it's a nice kick from the former All Black centre.
An educated boot from the most educated man on the field in terms of rugby. Just so cool under fire, and both teams trying to get something going. A kicking battle that neither one of them really is claiming. What a beautiful kick to touch, and now to put the pressure on the Free Jacks and Sean McNulty.
See Ben Mitchell on the field, the most valuable player from the Austin Elite side.
Play on.
He's on the park as Dewey again goes through a battering ram. 32 years of age, a veteran, proving his worth so far in the first 3 weeks of this competition. Poland again goes with the box kick, very high for his teammates to get underneath this.
Backwards off, Red!
Backwards off the Legion, so Audsley picks up, snipes around the fringes. Dylan Audsley. And from northwest London in England.
No need to go in like that.
And then off their feet at ruck time on the Legion.
And Patterson dives over at the top of the ruck, and you have to compete for the ball on your feet. Patterson a little too overcommitted to that breakdown, and so, you know, this kind of back and forth contest, we saw this in the first half. Neither team really playing that clean, and if you are the Free Jacks, you're loving this game right now. This is exactly what you want. You want a slow game, you want a messy game.
And Brian, what's interesting, conditions are perfect for running rugby, so imagine, you know, they only play each other once in cross-conference, but in future years when they do play on the East Coast, tricky weather conditions, it'll be all New England enjoying that. Pinch though from Vera Malua on the field. Also, it's Peter Malcolm wearing 16 for San Diego Legion side. Just lost though after he pinched it.
Yeah, Vera Malua had taken the ball off the top, but in the process of going to ground, it looked like the hand of the big number 5, Jackson Thebus, just strips the ball away. And look at the throw from McNulty. high enough for Thebes. Just a slight knock. And again, just one of those moments in the game. Slows things down, a little bit sloppy, ball's turned over.
Crouch. Big scrum, boys. Fine.
So we got a new hooker on. We're going to have one.
One of the problems for the Free Jacks right now, Dallin, is they can't get good platform in the scrums. And so the option of having Dewey pick it up from the base and run free, because even a blind side as narrow as the one that they have right now is perfect for a good running number 8. But if they're going backwards in the scrum, he can't get that clean ball. So that's something that they're going to have to clean up, and it's a wasted opportunity unless they make a fix.
They get the penalty because the Legion collapsed, and they will enjoy that because it means they can go to their line-out, but they need to make it work.
And congratulations coming in for Big Donald Brickhouse, the Kiwi. So important to have a stable presence wearing a number 3 jersey. We saw that last year when Paddy Ryan owned the number 3 tight head position and really changed the league because of it.
Played 5 matches for the legendary Crusaders in Super Rugby in 2018. He's a man who can't say no to tacos. That's what his teammates say.
Who can say no to a taco?
Not just 1 or 2. Penalty attempt to narrow the gap. It's been New England that have stuck with the Legion so far here in the second half. Major League Rugby, this is one of 96 regular season games before we head into the playoffs. Still early days in the competition, but important for New England to get points if they can in any away fixture. Timotei Guillermo. .43 meters out. Chips this one. Just sits underneath. 22 meter dropout. Unsuccessful. The score remained 20-14.
Well, it's a decent gamble because the ball's going to get kicked right back to him. How clutch would that have been to draw within 3 points of the Legion?
San Diego been playing all the rugby. They're only up by 6 points. Wilson, Life University product, 3 national titles. Chips over to Ferris, who flings it wide to Burton. And now the bust that is Tamalau. Got good quick hands from Nonu to Vadamalua. Vadamalua, got Patterson with him, gets the ball away. Tara Patterson, cut down short. Flag is up. It's a try-saving tackle.
Mitch Wilson on his horse saves that 5-pointer. From everyone's vantage point at Torero Stadium, this was going to be a try. Look at the way that Vadamalua scoops that ball. And Patterson trying to get over, and watch Tamalau, first the contact, keeps his hands free. Nonu with the quick hands, then Vadamalua avoids contact, the little waggle there to try to buy space for Patterson, but Wilson, how good is that tackle?
An absolute stunner from Wilson. He was just on the other side of the field. That arm eventually came down, no try. Just getting attention though in that corner.
Let's go, fellas. Yeah.
This Friday, John Cena is back. The man, the myth, the legend joins the superstars of SmackDown as he returns home to Boston. Don't miss a special Friday night SmackDown this week at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Back on.
Maybe a cramp there for Nalia Dawai.
He's up and at him. Take here from Jackson Thebus.
Number 6, Jody.
Now, here they break out free. Free Jacks. Oh, that is the bump of the season so far. Tyrrell Patterson crawling back on his knees. Didn't want to be there. New England still bringing the heat. Sam Beard cuts back in. Nonu brings him down.
Outside! Outside!
Poland can't kick directly into touch. They're outside the 22. Struffler takes it into the contact.
Again.
Fell in love with rugby while playing in Australia. His other love is his wife, Michaela. Poland takes his time. 23 minutes to go, 6 points in it. Patterson, totally fine from that big hit. Excellent catch from the winger. And now comes to Ben Mitchell, the 25-year-old. Diva, another contact point for him, the man who played with Connaught in the Guinness Pro 12. Wu Ching with Nono on his shoulder. Burton has Duplessis. Breakout from JP Duplessis. Better continuity from the men in red. Peter Malcolm goes low. The Eagle capped hook up. Wu Ching again. Launches himself into a couple of free jacks. Audsley goes to Duplessis. This one has been knocked on.
It's gone forward off the player behind and in intent, and then backwards. So it's a loss forward.
Tight game here, and look at the run. Kindrigan just bumps off Tyrrell Patterson. And he runs back into position.
Let's have the water break, guys.
Time for another short break. We'll be back very soon from Torero Stadium, where San Diego hold a 6-point lead here against New England in Week 3 of Major League Rugby 2020. It's a cross-conference battle, 3 tries to 2. Legion lead against New England. Just over 20 minutes to go. And there's more than crap that'll keep that man off the side of the field. Replaced by Brad Hemopo. So Nalia Dawai has been one of the stars for the New England side. We'll have to watch from that vantage point.
Six points, the difference really, and 2 missed kicks for Timothy Guillemon. We'd be all square. And surprising considering how he started, Dallin, and the number of injuries on this New England side. They've stayed in the game, they've kept it scrappy.
Penalty to San Diego, and Ferris gives every forward a tap on the back.
Collapsing.
We mentioned some of the injuries, and Ty Gleader, one of the best fly halves in the nation. Hatakeyama, one of the most capped props of all time in Japan. And then Bowden Walker was so fantastic in week 1, Dallin. Mitch Wilson has stepped up and done well in the number 15 jersey. But there's a couple other props that are missing. Liam Steele last week got injured against Utah. They're doing pretty well to keep it together with duct tape and Band-Aids, but they'll have to pull something out in defense to keep the Legion out.
Mitchell is the target. Nasogenge is on the field. Man that runs like a horse. Big Kenny. They tried to get them all set, but eventually it collapsed down into a ruck and was unplayable. So New England do come away with that. The duct tape's working so far.
Win this one again. Look, we are. Just gotta keep the elbow up, yeah. The elbow went down for me and rolled in. That's why. Okay, new front row here. New front row.
Well, they staved off disaster once again.
We had a lot in the first half. We don't want to have more in the second. Yeah. Elbow up as well, please. Drill. Boys. Set.
Crowd shouting defense as New England pick and go through Brad Hemopo.
Play in your advantage, Blue.
Advantage for the visiting side. Larson. They'll get the penalty to clear their lines.
This side, collapsing.
So the scrum,
Prop this side, collapsing.
really, for Josh Smith, the head coach of this New England side, you got to be encouraged by what they've seen so far from the scrum. And it looked like at the beginning of the game it was going to be an issue. They were going backwards, and they have made fixes in the middle of this game. A lot of it on the shoulders of big Donald Brighouse. But such a good job throughout the middle of this game.
Plenty of encouraging signs, Ryan, as you said. Not only that, even the back line, they've managed to contain Ma'anonu for the most part. Conceded a couple tries on the edges, but some of those were kicks through as well, which are very tough to defend from Luke Burton. McNulty goes here to the top. And now they go through their forward pack. Poland again keeps his team downfield. Mike Sal, Todd Vassal drops it. It's play on. Carry again here from Kindragan. He's been the thick of things here in the second 40, sparking his side to life. Hemopo.
Still playing your advantage, Blue.
Still advantage again. Errors now coming from San Diego.
Advantage over!
Wilson gets the ball away to Collins, superbly into the 22. Legion drag them towards the touchline, still in field with Larson.
No, 13.
Free Jacks building momentum. Shaw McNulty again. Mitch Wilson, the fullback, lurks behind Poland. He wants his forwards to come to the left-hand side. Kurkul's being called. Hemopo again is a target. Former winger and now number 8. Need support as they go to the deck there through Thebus. Space here for Poland to have a snipe. Nonu gets him. Inroads made here from the New England forwards.
Yeah, I'll move.
Kindragan again. They pick and go. Kurkul is also there. New England converted try will go into the lead against all the odds.
Ball's available.
Guillermo into Lurk.
Use it.
Kukul, short ball. They get the pods working to New England. They love the forward stuff. Picking and driving again. 5 meters away. Dummy from Larson. Canadian capped international. There's Striffler. Goes into lend a hand. More advantage for New England. The Legion asked to hold strong. Peeling away, very close to the line again. New England space on the right-hand side, but they keep it with their forwards. They drive. Knock-on is the call, but advantage is not over. They're coming back to the penalty. Legion may have stopped them, but they'll still keep coming.
Dallin, they're the walking wounded anyways. 7 injuries that we mentioned before the game. And then in that series of play, you could see Jackson Thebus on the ground. He bravely gets up and joins contact once again. And John Poland is doing everything he can to get back into the mix, but he is clearly injured. You could see him limp back almost robotically towards the scrum, towards the ruck, I should say, but he's on the ground now, and I think they're going to have to replace him.
Just hold it, Austin, just hold it. We're going to work out what's going on here.
Poland stays on the field.
So here we go, massive moment in the game. New England on attack. They keep the maul driving, peeling to the right-hand side, rowing for the line. New England, the falls are over. That's how you do it. New England, keep it tight.
Yeah, it looked like Striffler, or was it McNulty, who had come around. 15 points to 0 in the first half. It looked like a runaway train for San Diego. Who would have believed that they could claw their way back to within 1 point, and now a conversion away from taking the lead with 15 minutes to play. Watch McNulty wearing the number 2. It looks like Striffler who's gone over. Indeed it was. How about that with Homopo as the trailer, and they just push themselves over the line, and what a compelling conversion this is for Timothy Guillamon.
Were you happy with the penalty? Yeah, that's 2 on head and shoulders.
2019, Zach Striffler from Cleveland, Ohio, has punched his 3rd try for his side. They now are 1 try away from a bonus point, but the victory most important. Conversion is over. 21-20. It's all smiles for New England. There is Big Zach with his big beard. It's grisly, just like his performance.
Looks like you've got head and shoulders down, yeah?
Well, the cohort has gone quiet here at Torero.
Captain Larson takes this one, instrumental. The man who attended the University of Otago. Guillamon sits deep.
Stop in front, Blue, stop in front.
Knocks this one into touch, and that will give us a chance to catch our breath and go down to Stacey sideline.
Put red on the line, Rockies. Take a step.
How these New England Free Jacks have come back. What a tale of 2 halves. Nolly Dewey joining us now, and what are you seeing out there, especially after that last try? I could barely contain you.
We're just trying to work our systems and just back ourselves in everything we do, our lineouts, our scrums, and just play our own systems and our game.
It was a bit of a frightening moment when Poland was on the pitch, on as a back. We're going to take a break. Hold on 1 second.
Not Ferris going for the corner, whooshing the creator. Ferris the try.
Wow.
That will silence New England just for a second. Torero Stadium explodes.
Wow, quick turnaround there.
We talked about Sam Wu-Ching at the beginning of the half, and it's been his carrying ability throughout this game. And watch the scrum cap on the number 7 there, and he frees it up. Ferris, great trailing run. And that is exactly what San Diego needed. Their powder has been wet the entire match pretty much, except for that first 15 points. And finally, they ignite once again.
Bonus point try. Let's go back to Stacey. Sorry to interrupt you there, but there was some crazy action on the field.
Not a problem at all, Dallin. Of course, we got to see this thing play out. And we were talking to Nolly Dewey as we see Luke Burton getting himself set for this kick. The first thing I was going to talk to Dewey about was how you were able to come back, and now when you look at this and what's happened, what's transpired, what are you thinking right now?
We just have to try and play our own game. We went back in the change rooms, and the coaches just told us just play our own game and trust ourselves. Yeah.
We'll see if Luke can put this through. Looks good, Dallin.
Looks marvelous indeed. 27-21. Back-to-back tries, one for New England and now one for San Diego, has the cohort smiling. They're up by 6 points with 10 minutes to go in this pulsating Major League Rugby clash here in San Diego. Bonus point for that fourth try through Ferris. New England 1 try away from theirs. Tota Vasau was interfered with in the air.
Yeah, but you still touched him in the air.
To the letter of the law there, you can't touch a man while he's in the air, and even though the Free Jack player trying to keep his hands off after making contact, the damage was already done.
Burton goes to the 10, nice kick, gives his side some momentum.
Take a look again in the air, and it's the reserve, Brad Hamopo, just gets a hand on him, but that's the technicality that Luke Rogan sees.
Pete Malcolm, All-American at Wheeling Jesuit University. To the tail to Veramalua. Burton, flat ball to Tamalau. Two-man tackle to bring him down. Mitchell does well to collect this in his head.
Just knocked on in contact there. Looked like Mitchell, the reserve, Ben Mitchell, takes the ball in. Well, I know his parents are here, all the way from Oxford. The third week in a row. They were here for the Seattle match. They were in Vegas last week and seem to be on a pretty good tour.
Well, it's a wonderful stadium, this one in particular as well, but it's great to see families coming out and friends. More and more fans tuning in from around the globe, supporting Major League Rugby. Year 3, it's growing bigger and better. Went from 7 to 9 teams, and now we 12 teams in 2020.
What I love to see too, Dallin, is that the fans are showing up, and they're really starting to fill the stadiums. And Torero Stadium is starting to become one that you can count on. The cohort and the other diehard fans from San Diego.
On the field is replacement scrum half, Oliver Engelhardt, 24 years old, originally from Hong Kong. Takes the field as our referee, Luke Rogan, looks on. Blue definitely suits the officials.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Ball loose. Hemopo to Engelhardt, that's smashed.
Bad signs for New England. It looks like the scrum, the forward pack for San Diego has finally woken up after taking a bit of a nap. Some good back and forth, but some substitutes coming in, young subs for New England, and they can't hold the pressure. Hamopo tries, Engelhardt tries, the knock on there, and now inside the New England half, San Diego playing once again.
Well, big news though for New England with Nate Ebner and Patrick Chung signing on the ownership group. Get your shirts at shop.freejacks.com. Need to ask Nate to sign mine if you can.
Bind. Set. Steady. Oh.
Attacking scrum outside the 22. Oh, Ferris gets a big bump on his opposite number. Ball wasn't even in play yet. Ferris, tricky customer. His side, another penalty.
saw that same penalty in the first half, trying to explain that earlier, but wheeling in the scrum. Free Jacks guilty. And you wonder, with a 6-point lead, do you tee this one up? And I think the answer, yes, there. To put it beyond a 7-point lead for San Diego. It's the right call. It's a smart one. More subs. Looks like Ryan Mattias on the field for San Diego as well.
Let's just wait for stability before we get this ball.
It's been a funny old game, as you mentioned, up 15-0. And then trailing 21-20. San Diego Legion finally scored through Devereaux Ferris. Now 5 minutes to go. Luke Burton lines this one up. Cousins with Springbok Jesse Creel, 46 caps for South Africa. From in front, 30 out. Burton, you biscuit, straight through. 30 points to 21. 9-point buffer as we get into the last 4. New England. A few moments left for them to see if they can mount another attack. Tota Vasau takes this one cleanly, not interfered with. On the field is the Eagle, Kyle Sakura. He's got his own t-shirt line as well. Become something of an internet sensation as Wuching has another strong carry. Driven back though from Quinton Newcomer. Ferris kicks down the throat of Mitch Wilson. Wilson gets the fan, gets past Mattias. Oh, beautiful dish. And the kick through from Mike Sell, but there's a foot in touch.
Yeah, just stepped on that line.
Whoa.
Striffler and Joseph Veramalua getting into it.
6! Keep walking, go. He's 10 meters back. He's 10 meters back that way. Time's off.
Zach Striffler did something that has gotten the attention of Joseph Veramalua. He's upset, and he continues to pursue him. And finally, the teammates gather around. The big man. There's the gold medalist on your screen. One of 2 in the MLR. The other one plies his trade in Houston.
Yeah. Right, we've had a really good game up until this point.
And Veramalua gets pulled off of the field. I think that's a smart move by Coach Rob Holt. He says, let's get him off the field while he's heated up. There's only a few minutes left.
Have a word to both you boys. I don't want to lose anybody this late in the game for that stuff. Right, sort it out, please. Yeah, sort it out, please. Both of you, sort it out.
Referee Luke Rogan saying, sort it out. Doesn't want to send anybody to the bin for foul play. Been a good 77 minutes.
That's it. We're not having any more of that, yeah?
No, I mean, what's going on?
They're going to have a word to calm down, so will you. Time was off, yeah, time was off. Rough.
So San Diego Legion, if they can hold this,
fellas, time back on.
remain unbeaten out of 3. Only the Arrows have done the same so far. Take there from Ben Mitchell again. Played with the Gentlemen of Aspen, as well as the University of College Cork in Ireland. Massive maul drive for them as Ferris goes high. Tota Vasau and Duplessis chase. Wilson mistimed his jump. Tota Vasau, he's knocked it on. He thought he was away to the try zone.
Let's go! Let's get a confirmation on time. Do a confirmation on time.
107.
There comes the big box kick. Once again, and Toto Vasau, such a dangerous weapon, but knocked on, adjudged by the referee. One of my favorite stories in the MLR on this Free Jacks team, Evan Geist wearing the number 20 with that blue headgear. You can see the tattoos on his arm there. Is the lead singer in a death metal band. Got to hear some of his stuff earlier. Not sure it's the kind of stuff you'd meditate to, but he's also volunteers to save sea turtles. It's such a great contrast. You got the heart of a conservationist and the musical taste of, I don't even know what to say.
Where should you go online to find it? Tell us now. What's the band called?
The band is called, what is it? I'll think of it. There he is, Geist. Got some serious chops. I don't even know how he makes the sounds that he does. Thing of beauty.
He was nicknamed the 80-minute man from the Denver Barbarians in their national championship run. Never say die, never left the field, of course. All hot, New England, 30-21. Despite missing a few players, they can be proud of their performance tonight. Final moments of this game. And to finish off weekend 3 in Major League Rugby 2020. West Coast look to reign supreme here against the East. They only meet each other once in this season out of conference. Wide ball to Collins on the outside. Collins, a wonderful stutter step from Collins. Got away from Audsley. He's one for the future. The wing three-quarter behind the back ball to Guillermo. Geist leaves it behind.
Still gonna have one more scrum. Thought he was gonna call the match, Luke Rogan, but
We've got time for the scrum.
he says we have time for the scrum. Love the work from Danny Collins on the wing. It's gonna be a losing effort for the Free Jacks, but he's just refused to go into touch. And that's one of the things that's hard to teach a wing. Every time he's touched the ball in the corner, the number 14 for the Free Jacks, he's made it available. He created a try in the first half. He's done a great job on his debut start for the Free Jacks in the MLR. Nice job, Danny Collins.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Ferris has gone quickly on the outside. Patterson again. Patterson offers the bump, leaves the ball behind. It's been knocked on. And finally it brings the full-time whistle. It's San Diego that withhold a storm from New England. Victorious, 30-21. They get a bonus point as well for 4 tries, but a brave, strong effort as well from New England.
Well, sloppy game all around, and finally San Diego finds its feet, finds its forward pack dominance when they needed it at the very end of the game after being down suddenly. You got to give credit to the Free Jacks. They came here, they played scrappy, they got San Diego into the exact game they wanted to play. Slow, messy, but San Diego pulls it out.
We'll be right back with post-match from Torero Stadium in San Diego, where the Legion have defeated the New England Free Jacks by 30-21 in Week 3 of Major League Rugby 2020. Stay with us. We'll have more after this. San Diego victorious 30-21. The backline have scored the 4 tries, but the forwards did all the hard work, and our player of the match is Sam Wuching.
Great moments by Wuching. We mentioned his ball carrying, just refusing to go down tonight. A nose for the line is what we often say about a player who sniffs for that goal line. And just the leg drive there. And this one, his final line break, where he sets up Ferris for a try. Sam Wuching tonight was fantastic.
Well, let's hear now from Stacey Pates, who's with today's standout player.
He played all 80 minutes, and nothing feels better than this kind of tired on the other side of a W. Sam, talk to us about the difference between the first and the second halves.
Just want to give it all to the boys. They did an awesome job. We regrouped in the locker room at halftime, and the boys came out blazing. And it was a bit tougher in the second half, but the boys stuck together and came out with the W.
When you look at this Free Jacks outfit, you can't say anything but good things about them. They gave you a run, they took the lead, but then you took it right back. What was it that pushed you guys through to score again and to continue to push the lead in this one?
Yeah, I think that's the beautiful thing about rugby. You know, at any given day, any team can be beaten. And yeah, we just stuck to our morals. We stuck to the Legion culture, grabbed each other instead of separating. We grabbed each other tight, said, let's suck it up, let's win this last 15 minutes, and the boys did so.
And the San Diego Legion remain undefeated. Sam Wuching, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Stacey, for that. Well, they get the full points and then, but there were moments, of course, that they struggled, and of course moments where New England shone.
Yeah, and it's not going to be pretty every game, and you got to learn to win those ugly matches too. And I think that's a growing, platform for this San Diego Legion team. 3-0, it's a great start in year 3 of the MLR, but you also got to give credit to this Free Jacks team. They will be buoyed by those returning players when they get healthy. This is a formidable team. We saw it tonight. They were short-handed because of the injuries, but they played well. They played to their style, and I think there's lots of bright spots. That Nalia Dewey at number 8, to me, a fantastic player. A lot of upside there, and some of the young kids stepping up for this Free Jacks team has got to have Josh Smith excited about what he saw despite the loss.
Well, thanks for joining us at Torero Stadium, where San Diego have defeated New England by a score of 30-21 in Week 3 of Major League Rugby 2020. For Brian Hartower, Stacey Pates, and our entire crew, I'm Dallin Stafford saying thanks for tuning in. Be safe out there, and we'll see you soon.